Okay, go ahead.
All right. Good morning. So today's workout is about mobility exercises. So before we get into doing the mobility exercise, just going to brief you what it is and why it is important to us, like to do uh, before the exercises, before you're running. So mobility exercise is nothing but it's the ability to move without any stiffness or stress. So now the moment I say stiffness and stress, there is a tendency to get confused with flexibility. So they usually interchange and use the word mobility and flexibility, whereas both are two different things. So mobility is more about related to the joints, whereas flexibility is related to the muscle. So mobility is the ability to move a joint through its active, full range in an active motion. So when I say full range, it's about, for example, bending my elbows. It's like taking it all the way in and then straightening it completely. So there should not be any restriction in the movement of the joint. So it's more of an active movement and related more to the joint, whereas flexibility is the muscle's ability to lengthen in a passive range. So basically, all the stretches, whatever we do, will be like holding it without movement. So you get into one position and stick to that for good 20 to 30 seconds. So both are very important, but both hold a different thing. Mobility is more related to the joint and flexibility is related more to the muscle. Now coming to the importance of mobility, mobility reduces the stiffness. It does improve the range of motion. It does reduce the aches and pains that we get at the joints. And it improves the performance of any sport that you're into. So now for us, it's more of running. So it does improve the running form and the range of movement when you're running throughout. So, and the most important is whenever a person talks to us or talks to me about any joint pain, or even when you have any joint pain, you always say, or you get an injury at the joint, you always say that I twisted my joint. It can be either ankle, or it can be either at the neck, or even the knee, or the hip, or back, especially. So we always use the word called as twisting. So twisting is nothing but a rotation that happens at the joint, which mostly we tend to forget in our normal day-to-day routine while doing any kind of exercises. So mobility is about improving that rotation movement at each joint. So the moment the rotation gets its full range, whenever you do any movement like bending, straightening, or raising the hands or legs to the side and coming back, the rate of injury automatically reduces. So today's session and at the mobility, whenever you do any mobility session, we are concentrating mainly on improving the rotation component of the joint along with flexion, extension, abduction, and adduction. So I'll be going as usual from bottom up. So we'll be starting with the ankle, knee, hip is something which I'll be concentrating a little more because hip, pelvis, back, your low back, all three are very, very important to have your momentum and have your running better. So, and then of course we'll be going to the spine, shoulders, upper back. So each count is done for 10 reps. And since there are a lot of people, I won't be able to correct all of you. So what I'm going to do this time is I'll be doing most of the repetitions along with you. So you can always look into me and do the exercise. So each count, each joint, we will be doing 10 reps and not more than that. And that's more than enough to start off with. So now I'm starting directly from the ankle joint. So for that, as I said, we need the towel mainly to pad our joints. So I'm going to show a front view and side view. So before I start off, I'm going to stress on the posture, the way you start off the exercise, because that's very important. You start wrong, you end up doing wrong. So start your form or the position that you have to in a right way so that you continue the entire 10 reps in the same form. Okay, so the front view for the ankle mobility. So ankle has got three ranges, as in three movements that we will be working on. So pad your knees because my left knee is rested and you can be on your toes like this so that you get a better grip. And then you're going to place your leg in front of it and not in front of the other leg so that you will avoid the balance. Um, Once you get into this position, you're going to keep your hands on your knee and you're just going to go all the way front as much as you can, and then you're going to come back. You can use your hand to give that extra pressure to push yourself and come back. So if you can go this much, it's fine. Don't over push yourself, just go with the available range that you have, probably slightly more than what is required. So I'm going to show you the side view so that you know that your knee and your hip is bent at 90 degrees. Hands on your knees, you go forward and you come back. Okay, so if all of you can get into the position, I'm going to start counting 10. This is vertically straight, which is going to improve the ankle mobility. All right, I'm going to start now. Hands on the knees, look forward, don't rotate your shoulders. You can face the camera of yours and then start doing it. Go forward as much as you can and come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now change to the other leg. So keep your leg forward and go front and come back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give a push and then go forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now being in the same position, get your hands at the outer part of the knee. Your feet remain stable. You push the knee inwards and then you go in and come forward. So it's no more straight, it's pushed a bit in, and you can take the support if you want to with one hand, and then you can move in and out throughout. This is again for the ankle. So 3, 2, 1, start. Push the knee in, go in and come back. Go as much as you can. You can pause for a second, come back. That's 3, 4, shoulders remains facing forward. 3, 4, 5. It's the knee which is going in. Your hip remains stable. 7. Don't rotate your upper body. 8, 9, 10. Now it's the other way around. Push the knees out with your hands in and then go out and come back. You maintain the same 90 degree. 1, 2, 3. You can take the support if you want to. 4, push and go. 5, 6, 7. Don't place your leg too forward. You won't feel at the ankle. 8, 9, 10. You do get a kind of a stretch at the leg which is down, and that's fine, but you're mainly concentrating on the knee, on the ankle. So now it's the other leg. I'm just showing you a side view. Take the knee in, go forward, come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now get the knees out. Get the knees out and you're doing the same thing. Go out and back. 1. Keep your feet flat on the floor. That's most important. Don't raise your foot off. Keep your completely flat on the floor. That's 3, 4. Don't allow your toes or the heel to come up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have done a neutral movement, which is straightforward, and then we've gotten a bit of rotation by moving the inside and going forward and moving the knee out and going forward again. So now the next one is for the knee joint. So I'm just showing you in this view. Please rest your back against the wall. You can bend the knee, bend the leg, or keep it straight. So my exercising leg is my left and my non-exercising is right. So hold your thighs and then lift the knee up, as in you're literally holding your thighs. So you push your toes in, as in scoop your foot in, bend your knee, scoop it out, and straighten your knee. So when you bend and get your foot inside, and then when you straighten with your foot out. So this is how we'll be holding it. If it's difficult to sit like this, you can sit on a chair and do the same thing. You can just rest on the chair and do the movement, knee straightening and bending with the movement of your foot. So hold your legs, lift it up, keep it bent and your foot scooped inside. And then as you straighten, you take your foot outwards and straighten. So when you come in, you need to bend your knees and go out. You need to straighten your foot. Okay, so 10 on the right leg and 10 on the left leg. So sit straight with your back rested, hold your thighs, lift the foot up and start. Bend, go out and take your foot out. 1, 2, 3. Don't have your hand under the knee because you will restrict the movement. Try to hold it slightly below the knee so that you can bend your knee completely when you're bringing it down. 5, 6, 7. Try to straighten it fully as much as you can. 8, 9, and 10. Do the same thing for the other leg. Knee is mainly a stability joint than a mobility joint. So the mobile joints are your ankle more as well as your hip compared to the knee. So knee has got very mild rotation happening at the joint. So you may not be able to appreciate, but having your foot in and out does rotate your knee as you extend and place. Okay, one more time with the other leg. Bend it, scoop your foot in, straighten it and get your foot out. 1, straighten it completely, that's very important. 2, if you have a support under the knee, then you can't bend it completely, so have it slightly at the thigh. 4, how much ever you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we are getting into the hip, which is the most important one. So I'm going to place the towel on under my knee on my left, and I'm going to straighten the leg. Okay, so the toes are pointing up and your body is in line with each other. So you're going to keep your hands down. So when you come forward, your toes from top press down, okay, as much as you can. And when you go back, you sit on your heel and your toes will point up to the ceiling. So you will be rotating your hip at the same time, getting your abduction movement better. Abduction is nothing but taking the leg outside. I'm just going to show you the side view. Okay, so this is how you'll be starting. Put your hands down, almost literally down your shoulder. So your foot comes down when you're in this position and be on your toes at the back leg. You sit back and raise your toes up. Okay, if you can go down, you can, or it's just this is good enough. Okay, and then come forward. So the foot also moves as we move our body front and back. Okay, so we're going to get in the position. 3, 2, 1. Foot down, hands down, and see to that your toes are pointing straight forward. Ready? And start. Go back, up. 1. You can feel your hip joint moving. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're missing out, you can always look at me and keep doing it. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other side. Okay, and you can start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even if you can't go more back, but see to that your foot rotates up, in and out. 7, 8, 9, 10. So the next one is again for the hip, your pelvis, as well as your lower back. So you've got 3 movements happening, 3 joints working on at the same time. So keep your legs wide apart, be on your heel. Okay, and see to that you've got space on either sides. So once you get in, hands behind your head, you drop your leg down and twist. So when you do that, most of the time, the leg might go back like this, or it can come forward. So if at all, if it's not in the position, you need to get it into the position by having your knee and hip in the same line and your ankle in line with your knee joint. So it's basically 90 degree. Same holds good for the front leg also. It's a 90-degree angle at the hip as well as at the knee. So once you turn, you need to go down all the way, come up. You rotate, look into your legs before you bend down and turn. Now, if this is difficult, the modified version is bend. You can put your hands at the side. It's kind of a push-up where you're going down, come up, rotate, hands down. Okay, so this is going to get your hip, your pelvis, as well as your back. So let's start getting into the position. Make it a point that you've got enough space on either sides. Okay, 3, 2, on your knees, toes pointing forward. Give a push at the knee. Try to have your hands at the back. If not possible, you can keep it down and get this rotation. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and go. Rotate, go down, come up, rotate. Drop yourself down, look at your legs. If it is not fine, adjust before you get yourself down. Come back. The modified version, hands down. Go all the way as much as you can. Don't hunch your back. Keep your back straight and go down. The modified version for the same on the other side. Bend from your hip, don't hunch your back. Come back. You can have your hands at the side and do also. Let's say to that, you have your knees bent to 90 degree. Go slowly. That's 3. If it's possible, go with your hands behind your head. 4. Come up. Go down. Don't straighten this, have it bent. 5. 6. 'It's a slow movement. 7. 8. The modified version, hands down. You can keep your hands at the back. Take the support, rotate, shift. 9. 10. So while doing this, if your knees remained on the top and you could do only so much, that's okay. As you keep going, you should be able to get both the knees down and at 90 degree. So this worked on the pelvis, your hip, as well as the back. So now we're going mainly on the hip, just the hip movement this time. So fold the towel. So you need a good padding at the joint, and we're going to lie down for this on the tummy. So you lie down flat, and your knee should be in line with your hip, and you're supporting your ankle. So your knee and hip, once again, it's bent to 90 degree. So rest your forehead on your fingers, and then from here, you need to lift your knee up. Okay, put yourself down completely and lift the knee up. So this will be one, and the other one in the same position. Pad your knees this time. The hip and the knee and the ankle remain at 90 degree as usual. Try to take your ankles up. Okay, so we're going to finish on one side, the hip joint, once anchoring the ankle, and the other time anchoring the knee and moving the hip. Okay, so on your tummy, locked fingers, interlocked fingers, pad your knees well. Now you're going to lift your foot up. 10 counts. So let the movement be slow and easy. Ready? Go. 1, 2. Don't raise yourself up. I'm just raising up to have the count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now just push the towel for your ankle. Maintain the same 90-90. With your tummy pulled in, now try to lift the knee up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's turn to the other side and repeat the same. Same position, knee in line with the hip. Support your ankles. Okay, now we're going to lift the knee up. 1, 2, my right hip looks more stiffer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now try getting it under the knee. Rest your ankle down because we're going to lift the ankle up. Look at your posture, 90-90. Face down. Now you need to lift the ankles up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So as you were doing, I'm sure you all will notice that one leg moves a bit more easier compared to the other leg. So the one leg which you feel a bit more stiffer, you can always do 2 to 3 counts extra, and so that you get the better mobility and we can get both the joints equal. Instead of doing the same counts, to improve the mobility, that's always the way you work on. So the next one is for your low back, again your hips, as well as your pelvis. So people who complain about the sacroiliac joint pain, it does work well for that, as well as it reduces the stiffness. So I'm just lying down diagonal so that you can see the movement better. Face down as usual. Lock your fingers. So I'm working on my right leg, so just look at my right leg. So firstly, I will be bending my knee, the right knee, followed by I'm going to lift the knee up towards the ceiling, and then I'm going to go all the way and try to touch the opposite side. If it's not possible, it's okay. But don't rub your thighs and just land on the other side. Okay? So one more time. It's better that you rest your forehead on your fingers so that you don't use your upper body to twist and use your lower back, your hip, as well as your pelvic movement. So you bend, first step, second you lift, third you twist. How much ever you can. But I hope you all can see the gap between my thighs and you guys need to maintain the same. It's okay if you remain here. It's okay if you remain here, but don't rub your thighs. The other side, bend, lift, and you go. So this is done alternate. I'm just showing one more time. Bend, knee lift, twist. This is even called as a scorpion twist or the scorpion mobility exercise. Okay, can you all lie down? Face down, interlocked fingers, rest your forehead on it. Okay, I'm going to lie down in this way so that you can see the leg movement better. So bend, lift, twist. Can you see this? Yeah. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Bend, lift, twist. 1, bend your right knee, lift your right knee up, Go to the opposite side, try to touch it if possible, or as much as you can. It's the left knee, left leg which is moving. That's 2. Right knee bent, right knee up, and twist the right onto the left. Left knee bent, left knee up, twist your right. That's 3. Right, 4. You please rest your head down. The right leg now. Left knee bent, left knee up, and left knee twist. That's 4. We've got 6 more to go. It's a complex movement, but we're targeting 3 joints a bit all the way till your, upper back also. That was for the left. 5 more to go. Right knee bent, right knee up, and twist. Left knee bent, left knee up, and twist. That's 6. That was for the right leg now. Left leg. 7. Right leg bent, right leg up. Left leg bent, left leg up, and twist. 7. Right knee bent, right knee up, and twist. Left knee bent, left knee up, and twist. 8. 2 more to go. Right knee bent, right knee up, and twist. Left knee bent, left knee up, and twist. One last one. By the end of the movement, you yourself, end of the count, you can feel the movement getting better and better as you keep doing. I'm able to reach a little more far away from myself. So I'm sure even you'll be able to do better. Go, yeah. So that's 10. So we worked on the hip, the low back, and the pelvis. Now we're just going to get more to the upper back. So this is a Bhujangasana position. In this, we're going to do a back rotation. So hands down your shoulder. This is mainly for your upper back, all the way till your mid back. Go as much as you can. Once you reach your limit of Bhujangasana, fix yourself there with a good grip at your hand and then do the backward rotation only. We don't need a front rotation because most of the time everyone have got a rounded shoulder or a hunchback. So it's mainly the backward rotation. You can feel your bone blade, which is on the upper back, rotating, going up and back. Okay, so we're going to do 10 rotations of the scapula. It's called as the scapular rotations. Hands down. Come up to the Bhujangasana position. Look forward straight, don't put your head down. So from now, we are going to rotate your shoulders backwards. Up, back 2, 3, 4, backward rotation 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can do more too, but today we're going to stick with 10 counts of all the joints. So the next one is the cat camel or cat cow exercise, which all of you know. But there's going to be a movement added with the same cat cow instead of going to be static. We'll be doing it more actively. So as usual, you're going to get your hands down your shoulder, your knees are down your hip. So when you look down at yourself on the mat, you should be able to form a rectangle. So stick to the position. You can be on your toes if you want to so that you get better grip. So from here, always the movement goes from the back, low back, mid back, and upper back. Okay, so you need to feel your spine moving from down upwards. So I'm going to go with a cat. I do a cat at the same time. I'm going a bit forward as much as I can. And then start from the low back. Start curving up. Hunch with your head down. And keep going back all the way till your heel as much as you can again. Again from the back, low back especially. Start with the low back, mid back, upper back, and then go forward. Again, start with the low back. So you get your entire spine movement, arching and hunching along with front and back movement. So it's a cat and camel with forward and back movements. So let's get into the position once again. I'm going to repeat this. Place your hands under the hip, under your shoulder joint, your knees under the hip. See to that you form a rectangle and get your toes on the floor so that you get better grip. So now arch your back. Along with it, you go forward, hunch your back, and then come down. Try to go all the way to your heel. Then again, arch, 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 come forward. That's 2. Hunch your back and keep coming backwards. 3. 4. 5. Keep going forward by arching your back. Hunch your back and keep coming backwards. 6. You can feel the entire spine all the way from your low back to your neck. 7. Go back, try to get your heel. 8. Arch your back again. Keep moving forward. Hunch your back and keep coming backwards. 9. One last time. Try to arch as much as you can. Look up. Look down. So that's 10. So we did a backward rotation wherein we looked into the upper and the lower movement of the upper back. Now we're going to go with the shoulder opener exercise, or the upper back opener exercise. So for this, we're going to be next to the wall. So you need the towel again because we're going to be on one knee for quite some time. So I'm on to my right to the wall. So I'm going to rest my right shoulder. So I'm going to pad my right knee and get my left leg forward. Okay, so it's again 90-90. And see to that you're not away from it, but you're closer to the wall. So from here, Okay, you rest your shoulder. Don't take it away as in forward. See to that it's to the side of you. So from here, get the other hand on it. And now you need to go to the opposite side. You can look at your hand and touch the wall. And then come back. You go all the way to the side, touch, and come back. So the legs are fixed. It's the mid back, your mainly the upper back, and a bit of your lower back too, which gets twisted. And at the same time, we're going to get the upper back pain or the rounded shoulder issue sorted out along with this exercise. So shall we all get into the position? Whichever side you are, if you're onto the left, see to that the left shoulder is sticking to the wall. If you're to the right, like the way I am, so this is the position that you need to be. Right knee is down and the left knee is in front of you. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to start now. Okay, the right hand is fixed, the left hand starts moving. Go all the way back, look at your hand, touch, come back. 1, you can feel on your upper back, your waist, as well as your shoulders very well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go all the way back and try touching it. 7, 8, fix your legs, only the body moves. 7, 8, 9. One last time. Keep going as much as you can. Go touch, come back. That's then you can turn to the other side. Now put your right leg in the front and the left knee is on the towel. So my left shoulder is against the wall in line with my body. It's not in front, it's just to the side. So now I'm going to turn towards my right side. I hope all of you have got into the position. 3, 2, 1. Let's start. So keep rotating, go back, touch, and come forward. I'm sure you'll be able to analyze yourself which joint is being or which side of your body is slightly stiffer from the other side. As I said before, always try to do 2 to 3 extra counts on the side which is stiffer compared to the one which is slightly more mobile. That's 3, I guess. Yeah. 4, I missed the count. Probably we might do 1 or 2 extra or down. 6, go all the way back, touch. 7, go back. 8, that's 9, 10. If I miss the count, you guys can do 1 or 2 extra. All right, so we have done the upper back. We just got 2 more to go to end this session. The other one is the shoulder. I'm going to show in kneeling down position, but it's better that you do in standing. I just don't know whether my hand will be seen if I stand. Same position, but when you're standing, you'll be in a calf stretch position like this. So when I work on my right side, my right shoulder is sticking. So this is
You
how
just
you
tilt the camera up a little. That should work if you want to show standing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's enough.
Same, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So it's the right shoulder that will be worked now. So put your right leg back, the left leg front. Be in a calf stretch position. Don't try to straighten. Okay, so you can have your left hand on your waist. This time we are going to work on the right shoulder. So your palm is facing forward from down all the way up. Okay, so when you reach straight up above your head, your palm will start facing the wall. You're going to do a turn which is inwards, and then from there you're going to go back. You need to look at your hand and come back. Okay, I'm kind of rubbing my hand against the wall in the throughout range. That's a better way to do it. You'll feel the rotation mainly at the shoulder and the back of the shoulder also. So we're going to start again from the right side. So all of you stand, get into a calf stretch position. Right shoulder is sticking to the wall. So the right leg goes back. The left knee is front and bent. So you're going to be in a calf stretch position. The left hand on the waist, the right hand down in front of your thighs, and my right shoulder is sticking to the wall. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to start now. Keep going up, up. Once you reach up, you just have to turn your palm towards the wall and then go back. When you're going back, just try to look back all the way to your hip. So from there, again, you rub it and then you bring it forward. So that's one. So go up, rotate, turn your palm, go backwards. Turn your palm now. The palm is facing forward. 2, 3. Rub your palm against the wall so that you don't move away from the wall. Go back. Maintain the calf stretch position. Don't try to straighten yourself. So the reason to maintain this is so that you don't try to use your hip and be concentrate completely on the shoulder. Go up, turn your palm, go backwards all the way to your hip. That's 5. 6. 7. Your palm is facing forward. You go all the way up. You turn your palm facing to the wall. You go back. And when you're coming forward, place your palm front and then come back. 8. Back. Turn your palm. Come forward. That's 9. Go back with your palm facing the wall. Now from here, change the palm position and then come forward. 9 and one last to go. Keep going forward. Turn your palm. Go back, back, back. And then come forward. So that was 10. We're going to change the position. So the right leg comes forward and the left leg is at the back this time. Get the right knee bent, the left knee straight and your heel against the wall. Okay, so the left leg goes back, right leg forward. We're going to work on the right shoulder now, left shoulder now. So right hand on your waist. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to start now. Take it up. Now turn the palm to the wall, towards the wall, facing the wall, and then go back. Bring it all the way to my hip level. So my hand is literally next to my hip. So now again, I'm going front. Over here, I'm going to change my palm direction. wherein my palm faces forward and come back. That's one. You can turn back. Look at your hand. 2, 3. Go up. Once you reach up, turn the palm facing the wall. Go back. Come forward. That's 4. Go back. 5. Turn your palm on the top and go back all the way to your hip. Come forward. Turn your palm. 6. 7. Just 3 more to go. Turn your palm facing the wall. Go back. 7. Rub your hand on the wall so that you get a better range and you remain closer to the wall. That's 9. And one last one. Go up, up, up. Go back. Again, bring it all the way up. Turn your palm and come forward. That's 10. Okay, the last one is for the neck. The neck, because most of them complain of a stiff neck or your neck being stiffer, and then when you're running, it gets a bit more worse and get neck pain. So if you hold your shoulders up and have your elbows rubbing against the wall, you will be straining your neck and your shoulders and your upper back. So that's the reason the last 3, which we had, the upper back, shoulder, and the neck, which you're going to do now, is important, and just not the lower body. So you can have this towel which you have folded under your head because we're going to do a rotation. So I'm going to show first in lying down, and then I'm going to show the same in sitting, just to know what is the movement of the neck. But otherwise, you're going to lie down and do it. Yeah. So see to that the towel is not too big. It's just comfortable enough to rest your neck without arching your neck up or bending it more down. So from here, what you're going to do is you're going to look at your armpit. Literally, your chin is coming closer to your shoulder tip. So from here, you're going to look up to the ceiling and turn towards the other side shoulder tip, or you're going to look at your armpit again. So from one shoulder tip, look up to the ceiling and come back to the other shoulder tip. So while doing this movement, you're going to apply mild pressure on the towel throughout the range, and you're going to have your mouth open so that we are not going to use the jaw joint to work on a bit of the rotation. We're going to completely concentrate on the cervical vertebrae. So you're going to keep your mouth open so all the time, and then you're going to do this movement. So you're going to press all the way from looking at one shoulder tip. Keep pressing, look up to the ceiling and turn to the other side and look down. So you can feel it at the cervical vertebrae as well as the lower part of your skull. So just to show you the movement, what I was doing in lying down is just once. So you're just going to look at one shoulder tip and you keep looking up and you come to the other shoulder tip. So the eye movement plays a very important role when you're doing this. You need to look from one corner of your shoulder to the other corner and keep pressing at the back. Okay, so all of you lie down on your back, press your head on, fold the towel and press your head, turn your face to one side 3, 2, 1. So from one shoulder, keep pressing and keep looking up to the ceiling, and then keep turning to the other side and look at the other shoulder tip. Try to reach the end range, and from there again keep coming up, look up ceiling, and then come to the other shoulder tip. So while doing it, you're continuously pressing your head back on the towel. So that was one count. Right to left and back to right is one count. So 9 more repetitions to go. Start. That's 2. Right shoulder, ceiling, left shoulder. Again from left shoulder, look up to the ceiling and come to the right shoulder. 2, keep pressing. Again, go look up to the ceiling. Turn your head and try looking at the shoulder tip on the left side. From left side, look up to the ceiling and turn yourself to the right side. That's 2. Up again, left shoulder tip. Again, up, right shoulder tip. 3. Keep pressing, look up to the ceiling, move to your left shoulder tip. From left, look up at the ceiling and move towards your right. Again, look up to the ceiling. Keep rotating your neck and look at the left shoulder tip. And from the left, up again and to the right shoulder tip. That's 5. Again, look up, come to your left side, turn to your left side. Again, look up. Now get your neck turned to your right side. 6. Keep pressing and keep looking up to the ceiling. Your eye movements are very important. You keep looking at your left shoulder now. The neck automatically rotates. Now again, look up to the ceiling. Come to your right side. 7. Again, by pressing, take your look up at the ceiling and go to the left. From left, up, right, 7. From right, up, left shoulder to up, right shoulder, 8. Again, up, left shoulder. From left shoulder, come up and come to the right. That's 9. And one just last one. Keep pressing. Keep your mouth open throughout. Look up. Go to the left. From left, look up again and come to the right. Get your chin almost close to your shoulder tip. All right, turn to your side and get up slowly. So you're done with the mobility session. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Most
Thank you very much.
welcome.
It was very useful.
Thank
Thank you.
you, Susan Auntie.
Susan.